Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Jennifer. In this video, I'll be unboxing and showing you this CRAFTSMAN 9-inch 2.5 amp stationary bandsaw. The model number for this product is CMXEBAR600. I received this straight from Lowe's as I am a Lowe's partner. Now it's not a new product on the market, but it is my first bandsaw. I've needed one for a really long time and I'm happy to finally get it. So I'm going to unbox it first, show you everything that comes inside, get it set up and tell you all about its key features. Here's a look at the box before I take it out, and there is a lot of information I was going to go over with you anyway. Let's see, the RPM, the minimum is 1720. No load speed is 2,500 feet per minute. Cutting throat, 9 inches. The cutting height is 3.5 inches. Blade length is 59.5, and the table size is 12 5/16 by 11 7/8. So first off, you're going to find, there's a little baggie here. It looks like it contains the knob, a little wrench, some Allen wrenches, and a washer. So I'm going to set that aside. All right, so there is a good look at that. Okay, set that aside. Okay, and then also in the top of this cardboard, here's my miter gauge. Okay. This one is not a full-size bandsaw. It is more for like a workshop top, and that's what I'll be using. I actually might build a separate table for this. I think I'm going to keep this in my basement. I'm running out of room out in my garage for things, but I think that for now, to demonstrate this, I'll put it up on my workbench. And it is a little heavy. I believe the information online said it is 43 pounds. All right, so here it is. Oh, that's really nice. Now this blade already came installed. I thought I might have to show you how to do that. Okay, if you want to know what all of the pieces are called, everything is listed here in the manual. I am going to go over them very quickly, just so if you get separated from your manual, you could refer to this as a guide. So number 1 is the blade tension knob. Number 2 is the upper blade wheel. 3 is over here. It's the upper cover lock knob. So this is the upper cover, and then this is how it locks. It just turns like that. Okay, 4 is the blade guide height adjustment knob. 5 is the blade guard, which this piece right here. 6 is the upper blade guide. Part number 7 is the miter gauge. 8 is the table aligning bolt, which appears to be underneath here. Number 9 is the lower blade guide right here. 10, lower cover lock knob, which is this part right here. 11, the lower blade wheel, right here. 12, the lower wheel cover. 13 is the wheel brush. So over here is the on and off switch, which is nicely marked. 15. Okay, so you got your upper wheel cover right here. 16, this is the blade tracking knob. 17 is the power cord. 18 is the motor. Here's the dust port. 21. This looks like the table tilt adjustment knob. 22. Okay, so some of these pieces are going to be under here. The table tilt guide right there on the underside. My table. And then 24 is the blade. This piece, number 25, is the upper guide lock knob. Okay, so to assemble this, you're going to loosen the table aligning bolt and remove the table aligning nut from the table. Okay. Hard to do with one hand though. Okay, I'm gonna pop that out. Oh, I heard something fall. Okay, so here are the components, and watch out, there's a little washer. There's like a lock washer here, and that hit the ground. I didn't know it was hidden in there. All right, so guide the table slot over the saw blade. So there are like teeth here, and then there are teeth here. So it looks like you got to tilt this in such a way and pull this knob out. Okay. So that needs to go in, this needs to go in that channel, but it's not super easy to get lined up. All right, So I see how that's supposed to go. That took some effort to get that. If I were going to redesign that, that part should be easier. That was not easy, and I was afraid I was going to bend up my blade. Hopefully I got it on that take. But in theory, once this is attached, this is how... I feel like this kind of chewed that. I don't like that. I think these gears, if I could change this, I would make those out of aluminum too, because I'm afraid with over time, that might actually get kind of chewed up, because just putting it on here, I nicked it up a little bit. That's not level. That is, sorta, kinda. Okay, before I lose this, I'm gonna put this little bolt back on. Okay, so grab the bag, and you're gonna need to put on this knob. Okay, you're gonna put this washer onto that. Hi, Bo. Okay, there's a hole right here, and this goes through like this. All right, this little bolt underneath here is like a stop bolt, so I'm going to have to raise that. You're going to need your little wrench, and you're going to have to kind of loosen it, and then you can raise it or lower it so that when, and I can't really do this and film, but I want to raise that to a level that when I bring my table all the way down, it is perfectly 90 degrees, and I will check that by using my square. Yeah, you can kind of see, I mean, even though this is too big to fit in there, I can see in real life that there's still a gap. So I'll get that to adjust, and then I'll come back here and take this little indicator and get it exactly on the 0. But that's how you adjust that part right there so that your table is perfectly lined up. This will wiggle around quite a bit, so you'll want to make sure that you lock it down in place with this knob right here, and then this is secure and it's not going to move anywhere. Okay, so this miter gauge just goes right, and this is a little bit on the cheapy side. I would have also liked to have seen this a little bit tougher. If you want to change your angle, you just loosen that knob and turn that. Most of the time I'll probably have it set at 0. It would have been nice to have come with a fence. You can just make your own by putting down a straight edge and some clamps. The frame is made of steel and the table is aluminum. The overall height of this unit from the bottom of my workbench to the top of that knob is about 28.5 inches. And one question I had when I first got this, I thought, what is a 9-inch bandsaw? What measurement is that taken from? And it's actually taken from your blade over to this column. So as you can see, that's exactly 9 inches from my blade to that column, and that is what that is about. And the blade that comes with this, and it looks to be about a 1/4 inch blade. This bandsaw uses a 59.5 inch overall length blade, and you can use either 1/8 up to 3/8 inches in width. There's a lot of additional information in the manual you'll want to check, but there are things that are set that I'm not going to mess with, like the tension, the tracking. It refers to the placement of this blade in the center of this wheel here. If you did need to adjust the tension, though, to tighten it, you go clockwise, and to release it or loosen the tension, you would go counterclockwise. Again, that is set at the factory. I'm not going to monkey with that too much, or the placement of that on the track. There are a lot of things that come right out of the box. It should be good. But if you need to change anything, look at your instruction manual. But one thing you are going to need to adjust is the height of this guide here. So the manual says you should have that guide about 1/8 of an inch over top of your workpiece. So to do that, you'll need to loosen this right here, and then you can raise that by turning this. And then when you have it set where you want, go ahead and turn that knob to keep that into place. So yeah, that is one thing you will need to do every time you turn this on or move from thing to thing. You can cut like the thinnest. I don't know that I'll ever be cutting anything that thin, but it does go like all the way, almost. Look at it goes almost all the way to the bottom of the table. The largest piece you could cut would be 3.5 inches. And then there does look like there would be like 1/8 of an inch left that would be above your workpiece to that guide. So the nice thing about a bandsaw is you could either freehand and guide the stock through the blade. Or if you want to, you can set up like a fence so that that piece doesn't really drift much. I wish this came with a little one. That would be one critique. It would be nice. But you can take a straight edge and some clamps. I know a lot of times I have a thick piece of stock that I want to cut vertically, and it's kind of dangerous on a table saw. So it's nice if you want to resaw some material. You can use a bandsaw for that purpose, but I'm just going to plug it in and give it a go, making sure that I make the adjustments with the height of that guide between each piece. And this does have a 3-prong setup. All right, real quick before I fire this up, I did notice on the on and off switch that there is this extra dealy here that you can pull out if you want to lock the power switch. I probably will never use that. Say I wanted to cut like a piece, like a notch. Okay. See, I get to the very end. I don't want to have my hand here. All right, so let's pretend I want to cut something that has like a curve to it. So we're going to do that. And if there's anything that's kind of iffy, I could use, I know I see Jimmy DiResta using a pencil as a guide, or you could use something if you're not going to get your hands close, which I don't. Going for the sake of this video. You obviously can't cut as intricately as you could with a scroll saw. Okay, so here I'm getting to a crucial point. I don't want to continue to push and get my hand near that. I am going to use the aid of a push stick, or you can just pull it through with this hand back here. Nice. You see how nicely that cuts. So if you're going to do like table legs or anything tapered or whatnot, of course, if it was something very small and intricate, you would want to have like a scroll saw. This would not be a replacement for that, but it does. Look how good that is. It's a nice clean cut on that. Very nice. I'm impressed. I don't know that I necessarily have the right stuff down here. All right, just for the sake of this video, I'm going to demonstrate. Not perfectly down the center, but it also is a kind of homemade fence that I just made. Really nice. I don't want to have to rig something like that every time I need that option. But it is a low price point, and after I cut my teeth with this, so to say, I could always upgrade and go with something else a little higher end. But really, for the price point, this is a nice machine. I'm glad to have it. There are a couple things I would change about it that I talked about in the video, but I'm going to clean her up now, and hopefully that gave you enough of an idea of how this is used and the type of projects you can make with it. My first impressions of this, it did a nice job. This is for someone that is a hobbyist or a DIYer like me, you would not have this in like some industrial area. But for someone that doesn't have a bandsaw like me, I think this is a nice addition. It'll serve me well. And it was easy to operate. Putting this table saw top on, though, was a little bit of a bear in the beginning. Hopefully this video was helpful with that. So I would recommend it. Say you're using this a lot, you might want to upgrade to the next level, but this is great for beginners. Hope that helps. This product does come with a 3-year limited warranty and is currently listed on the Lowe's website for around $189, and there might be shipping tacked onto that. I will include links in the description of this video if you are interested and want to check it out. Also, if you aren't already a subscriber, please hit that follow button and look me up. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook as well. As always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care.